What's up, Fit Fam? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are back inside the shed gym doing a little bit of insulation. So in the previous videos, we had the walls done. We started putting up the paneling. I got half of a door done, but we didn't insulate the ceiling yet because the trusses in the ceiling are wider than the walls. So I had leftover insulation from the walls, but they weren't wide enough for the ceiling. So unless you only need like a couple pieces, large packs, multiple packs of insulation gets very pricey very quickly. So previously I installed the heater for in here. Now it was doing well when it was like around 30 degrees outside, 40 degrees outside. It was holding its own. Now we are down into the single digits, and lesson learned, I put the heater up too high. So the ceiling, or the air above me, is nice and toasty warm, but the floor is not. And I am currently sitting at 45 degrees down here where I'm standing. I'm about 5'3". It's chilly down here. My fingers are a bit nipply. I have noticed that there is a roughly 15-degree difference from the air up in the ceiling versus the floor when the heater is on full blast. When I'm inside and nobody's out here and we go for like a day or two, I kind of just turn the heater on like the eco mode, so it kind of just kicks on sporadically just to keep things above icy, if that makes sense. But it's still cold. Last year I was in here when it was like low 30s, barely insulated. I only had a space heater and it was freezing. Every time I touched the bar, it was like literally touching a popsicle and then having to hold on to it for dear life. And in my mind, I was like, if it's anything above 30 or 35 degrees, it's going to be perfect. Well, it's 47 now, and I'm spoiled, okay? It's too cold for me. I don't like it. So today, I'm going to try my best and finish what's left of the insulation on the ceiling. Chuck managed to get about half of it done just by himself because, he is a giant, so being tall helps. I am out here by myself. Chuck's at work, so I'm gonna have to makeshift some way to get up to the ceiling. I don't have a ladder. I don't know what kind of homeowner I am that doesn't own a ladder. It's definitely on the to purchase list eventually, but clearly when I need one, I don't have one. So today we're gonna do just like a little bit of work. We're gonna chat. We're gonna get to know you. I got some cool stuff coming up, hopefully. Knock on wood. Every time I say that, something happens. So, yeah, we're just gonna keep on trucking along. So this last weekend, we celebrated Christmas with the kids. We only get them every other weekend, so we have to kind of pick and choose when things work out for us. And I had training all last week at work, so I got to work daylight. Yay, sleep like a normal person. So it just so happens that they switched my days off, so I was able to get an actual Saturday with the kids while they were here. And because of that, we were able to open presents. So we opened presents on Saturday, and Chuck and I kind of agreed this year that we were going to do more activity type stuff with the kids, because I'm sure everybody can probably relate to this, that kids nowadays versus kids when I was like, a kid myself in the 80s, early 90s, we didn't have cell phones, you know, so getting the kids off the cell phone was like a huge thing, and it's super annoying watching kids watch their cell phone. So we agreed on activity stuff this year. So we got them a foosball table. Yours truly thought of that because I loved foosball growing up. So it had like a 3-in-1, foosball, air hockey, ping pong. Foosball table, big hit. Probably bigger hit with the adults than the kids. Yes! Yes! Finally. So now we're back to working on this shed. And here comes my big news, you know, hooray for news. As long as all things go well, I'm going to be competing in March. Not just March, but also April. So now it's time for the big push. You know what I mean? Like the training push, the getting this stinking shed finished push. Holidays are over. Thank the Lord that is done and over with. Holidays are so stressful. So Chuck kind of convinced me that I should compete with him in April at one of our friends' shows. So we're going to kind of do a 2-in-1. So stay tuned for all the fun stuff to come. And I'm going to not talk while I'm holding insulation because it's getting in my throat. So let's get back to it.